Have you ever looked back at a moment of heartbreak, failure, or defeat and thought, that was the best thing that ever happened to me? At the time, it may have felt like your whole world was unraveling. But with time, perspective, and integration, you saw how it became a seed, something that shaped you, grew you, and even saved you from a darker path. This is the heart of Chapter 58 of the Tao Te Ching. It invites us to master emotional cycles and uncover the strange paradox that fortune often hides inside calamity and vice versa. The Tao isn't about avoiding pain or chasing highs. It's about seeing clearly, regulating wisely, and flowing with grace. In this lesson, we'll explore how to ride the emotional waves of life without being thrown off course, how to use stillness, perspective, and conscious awareness to turn difficulty into strength. Let's dive in. Chapter 58 of the Tao Te Ching. When the government is unobtrusive, the people are pure. When the government is invasive, the people are wanting. Calamity is what fortune depends upon. Fortune is what calamity subdues. Who knows how it will all end? Is there no right and wrong? The orthodox also becomes unorthodox. The good also becomes ill. People's confusion is indeed long-standing. Therefore, sages are upright without causing injury, honest without hurting, direct but not tactless, illumined but not flashy. The Daoist paradox, misfortune as a catalyst. Chapter 58 begins with a curious observation. Calamity is what fortune depends upon. Fortune is what calamity subdues. This is the yin-yang principle in action. One becomes the seed of the other. When you're up, the seeds of a future fall are already present. When you're down, the potential for a turnaround is already in motion. A great example of this comes from a story in the life of basketball legend Michael Jordan. Cut from his high school varsity team, devastated and humiliated, he went home and cried. That moment could have broken him. Instead, it lit a fire. It forged discipline, hunger, and a relentless work ethic. That calamity became the crucible of one of the greatest athletic careers in history. The Tao doesn't promise smooth sailing. It teaches us how to navigate storms. Pain is part of the cycle, but so is clarity, rebirth, and wisdom. Emotional regulation, the lost art. In our world of instant gratification and algorithmic stimulation, emotional regulation has become rare. We're trained to react, scroll, binge, vent, suppress. But Taoist practice, especially through the meditative arts, offers a different path. Chapter 58 warns, calamity is what fortune depends upon. Fortune is what calamity subdues. Who knows how it will all end? Is there no right and wrong? This passage reveals the danger of clinging to certainty. When we label an event as bad, we may panic, resist, or spiral. But from a Taoist view, every experience contains layers. The job loss might create space for reinvention. The breakup might return you to your true path. The illness might wake you up to what really matters. This doesn't mean we spiritually bypass pain. It means we learn to sit with it. We breathe with it. We ride the cycle with awareness, not resistance. The power of equanimity. Equanimity is not apathy. It's the ability to stay calm and centered regardless of the storm outside. In Taoist training, this is developed through regulating the breath, the body, and the mind, what I call the three gates. Gate 1, breath. Use slow, rhythmic breathing to settle emotional spikes. Gate 2, body. Maintain physical posture and stillness to stay grounded. Gate 3, mind. Observe thoughts without reacting. Name the emotion, let it pass like a cloud. One yielding warrior student, a professional surfer, used this method after suffering a major injury before a competition season. Instead of falling into despair, she used the downtime to practice breathwork, internal qigong, and mindset rituals. The result? She came back not just physically recovered, but mentally unstoppable. Stop chasing the high, Daoist simplicity in daily life. Chapter 58 also says, when the government is unobtrusive, the people are pure. When the government is invasive, the people are wanting. On the personal level, this teaches us that when our inner world is governed with ease and presence, clarity arises. But when we overmanage, overanalyze, and cling to control, we stir up craving and chaos. Apply this to your day. When do you feel most anxious or depleted? Usually when you're over-controlling. When do you feel peace? When you let go, simplify, and return to presence. This is why Daoist disciplines are not just about breathing or stretching. They're about removing what's unnecessary so you can see clearly. The role of stillness in emotional mastery. The sage, says Laozi, is upright without causing injury, honest without hurting, direct but not tactless, illumined but not flashy. In other words, they are whole within themselves. They don't need to prove, push, or posture. To develop this steadiness, we need stillness practices, daily rituals of non-doing where we let the sediment settle. Think of a glass of muddy water. If you stir it, it clouds up. But if you let it sit, it clears. Try this 5-minute equanimity practice. Sit comfortably, close your eyes. Breathe in through the nose for 4 counts. Breathe out through the mouth for 6 counts. On the inhale, silently say, "This too." On the exhale, say, "Shall pass." Do not fix or resist any feeling. Just breathe. Even 5 minutes a day rewires your nervous system. It teaches you to face discomfort without flinching. Reframe a calamity. Take 10 minutes today and journal about a past difficulty. What was the situation? What lessons came out of it? How are you stronger or clearer because of it? Then ask, what current challenge am I labeling as bad? How might this be preparing me for something greater? The Tao teaches us to shift from resistance to receptivity, from judgment to inquiry. This is how we alchemize misfortune into wisdom. Trust the cycle. Emotional mastery is not about staying happy all the time. It's about staying rooted through joy and sorrow, gain and loss, praise and blame. Chapter 58 is a reminder that what seems like the end may be a beginning. That hardship might be carving out capacity. That pain might be polishing your soul. Learn to sit with it, breathe with it. Let the Tao move through it. That's how fortune rises from the ashes. If this lesson resonated with you and you want to build a daily practice that deepens emotional balance, presence, and perspective, join the 81-Day Tao Challenge. Each morning, you'll receive a lesson like this, followed by 5 minutes of breath and silence. It's a simple but powerful way to rewire how you move through life. Click below to get started.